What'd you say?
I said, who you calling baby?
You. Just going over the chat here. Later by
Fucking
40 minutes.
goofball.
It's been a while since we've had a late one, but we've actually backed it up to 5 o'clock. Yeah, on Unhinged. Thank you for
Wow.
dropping that link, Gable, earlier. Uh, that was a good interview. You know, he busted my balls and grilled me for, a good hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, man, I missed it. Damn.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
Jason,
I forgot you were to be on Jason's today. So
yeah, Jason's was kind enough to say, well, when would you want to come on? And he suggested tomorrow. And then he gave me a couple times, and I picked the earliest time as I could uh, for him. Like he said, he just got in 10 minutes. I got up like 2 minutes to showtime. I've been trying to rest today, recover from tomorrow because this week's going to be hopefully pretty
so
busy.
I didn't see a campaign update over on Jason's. Where you at right now? Have we got any more backers?
Well, let's take
Or
that. That's a good
let's
thing. I believe
let's do
we're
an
at
update.
22 backers at 59%.
That's right.
Hopefully, might get a few backers off of that on rewatches and stuff. But
Yeah, looks like
yeah, I guess we're officially going into day two now.
yeah.
By now.
About
But
an hour about an
so
hour ago.
59% is not too bad for the very first day of the campaign, huh?
No, not bad at all, bro. I've seen campaigns take much longer. Oh,
Carrie
what's
says,
red?
Shadowhawk got a joke for you. What's red and bad for your teeth? A brick.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Well, look who decided to show
Oi,
up.
oi, kid.
I was thinking the same thing, Gable. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think
Hey, I was here
everybody,
on time trying to host everyone, but well, you were off gallivanting, Rex.
I know, in the chat, right. Yeah. Gallivanting. Yeah. Uh, but you've got like what? Over a
Bouncing
dozen,
around the
about a dozen
interwebs
Jason
like
Bascom's originals. So when you get to sit down with the man himself, you got to give him and
oh,
he was wanting to go into, well, what got you into comics, and
cool.
he just had to sit back and listen, and I'm sure he listens to this channel, so he, you know, he went to eat now, so he's probably not listening now, so I can talk about it. But
No, I love Jason. You know that.
yeah, we love Jason, and when he said, really, he didn't believe me, but he was like, "Who would you like to work with now?" And it's like you know, because like he said, we didn't even get like, how did you get into crowdfunding? And I've been on topic lists
No,
for probably over 2 years. I don't know if he realizes that. I've been over there, drawing with those guys and doing stuff with them, and then he
oh
kind of
yeah, it's been
gave me
yeah
a good end to this
at
crowdfunding
least a
thing, and I'm
couple
very
years
appreciative.
now.
He was doing couch doodles with Fraga,
Yeah.
and I saw him on there, and it seemed like, wow, and he was willing to like have me on at some point or something, and I
Well,
just
you
kind of,
remember something happened and YouTube nuked Dan's Couch Doodle channel, man. They took that shit down. I
yeah.
forget what exactly happened, but
Well, I've got to say that's never happened to me, thank God. But Rex, how
no,
you
damn.
sleep have you had in the last 2 days? not counting hours, but leading up to lunch and everything. I mean, today I've really tried to rest. Today is 10-year anniversary of losing my father, and I was kind of tired from everything leading up, and then just I haven't figured out how long I streamed or was actually dealing with stuff for the last minute on the campaign. Hey, Apex. And so I was probably up 5:30 till after Apex After Dark, and then some late night, and didn't got up about 4:30 maybe. So you get up that early and set some things up and then go back to bed or try and sleep, whatever, or sit there and watch some TV with Abby, try and nod off. I don't know. My sleep is messed up of late.
Banana. No.
I don't want to get to the psychotic part where I'm not sleeping at all. And
too late.
It may be too late for me,
I think you were gone a couple days ago. Right?
Dying breath, I will go, Shadowhawk, here's the copies of Devil Flyer. Make sure they get distributed to our.
And then he's going to go, Rosebud. What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean, right?
What does that mean? I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, tuna just doesn't. I mean, bananas maybe, I wouldn't put on pizza. I mean, a pound, half a pound of bacon, yes.
I don't know, but not like
don't put tuna on pizza.
No.
now,
Although I do like a good anchovy.
Yeah.
They're salty little boogers.
Yeah. Apex, you need to try tuna, prawns, sweet corn, and red onion on a pizza. It's lush. Wow. And we wonder why Europeans are thought of as strange. I don't know. I got to show off my troll doll over there. On Jason's channel. He's like, what the, butt crack.
That's your largest inking brush.
It is, isn't it?
When you want to do a black background, you just dunk his head.
Or like an archaeologist where they, dust off the dust off the relic, I go to my happy place. Happy place.
Oh, yeah. I never did like those little.
Don't you be too judging us when you lot eat like a pregnant woman with cravings. Yeah, well, that's me. That's me. I like to experiment with even from a kid. I'd have ketchup sandwiches, mustard sandwiches, as long as it was eating. Trying to expand your diet. Yeah. Hey, Mike.
I eat pretty healthy. I stay away from the weird stuff.
I still like to experiment with weird stuff, I guess, when cooking. What if the troll dog?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends what you call weird.
He does have an erection right now, but you just can't see it. There's too much hair. Oh. Apex talking about erections, and he hasn't had one in the last 30 years. What the hell?
Whoa!
Whoa! Mustard on its own. That
was a low blow, man. Damn!
It was to the nether regions. Body blow. Body blow. Stop
below
it.
The belt.
Stop it.
5-minute timeout.
It's Sunday. Quit that. I'm shocked at you, Apex. I know, right?
Encouraging this kind of thing. Damn it.
I know. So the campaign's it did have a little bit of rocket fuel in the tank. I was hoping to get funded in the first day. Hopefully, you hope. You always hope.
damn near 60%. That's pretty darn good for your
That's
first day.
pretty darn good. I have no complaints at this time, no complaints whatsoever, except that the book's not already done and in your hands.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
okay. Good.
adopted.
It gives people a chance to get out there, talk about it. We'll get you another
Now, now
couple
Mike
of hundred
is trying
people
to get me
behind
on
it.
his mic stand. He says, "Hey Rex, did you see the invite I sent you to tonight's episode?" No, I haven't been on Facebook. Like I said, tonight
Dude,
does.
if you got nothing else going on, I would go. Mike's got a different audience than we do. You got people you can introduce yourself to, man.
Yeah. What time is it? I'm on Central Time. What time is it?
I think it's coming up at 5 o'clock. Usually, Mike goes live.
Yeah. Well, that kind of in 10 minutes. That kind of cuts short, doesn't it?
Well, it's
I mean, we
somebody would
haven't
have
been
been
going, but
if
about 10 minutes.
somebody would have been on time. We would have been going for about.
Yeah, I know. Can we do it another day? I mean,
I'm just fucking with you, brother. I'm so happy that your lunch has gone so well.
thank you, Bob. Yeah. Well,
Thank you, everybody out
tonight
there,
is
for
not
helping
really
my
a good
boy.
night. It's I would really prefer just to take tonight off and a day of rest like Sunday. And I'll tell you why,
Yeah,
because
no, I got
it's
you.
been, this marks the 10th anniversary of my dad's death, and I would like to, maybe go over and see mom, and even if I don't call her and let her know how the campaign's going, I know she'll be thrilled about it. Maybe call my sister and she just got over COVID. Apparently,
Well,
we
dude,
talked to.
I'm sure Mike could have you, at some point during the week or whatever. He streams, I think, 6 nights
Yeah,
a week.
absolutely. If we could do that, I am
Mike's a good
lining
dude,
stuff
man.
up for this week.
And like you said, you never know. He's got a different audience than we do, so you introduce yourself to more
Oh,
people.
absolutely. If anybody wants me to come on their channel, I am more than willing. Uh, but I think tonight I'm going to take tonight off just to kind of celebrate my father, privately.
Oh yeah. No, I get that,
Uh,
man. That's
Tokum
understandable.
Tokamay saying listening from his phone, hell to everyone. Hell you,
Hey,
Tokamay.
Toki.
Uh, but Mike, if it were any other day, I would absolutely say yes and come on. And thank you for the offer. Tonight, I think I'm just going to chill, do a few things. Today I pretty much tried to rest and recover. I think that was a good interview with Jason because I was remembering stuff, Shadowhawk names,
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna have to go
Jodie
back and watch it.
Foster,
I just caught those
and that's
the
because I
last
was
few
a little
minutes.
rested. When I get tired, I can't remember names and things like that, like I should.
Yeah, yeah, they don't pop up as quick as when you're fresh, right?
Yeah. I did watch the 4-part Doctor Who Aztec with the first Doctor today, which is kind of prescient. I mean, they're trying to stop human sacrifice and death from happening in the ancient Incan times. It is one of my favorite historicals, probably my favorite historical of the Doctors, first Doctor. And a lot of that's just to kind of not bore me out because it is interesting to me, but to get me to, while I'm laying there with Abby and I mean, even today, because it's leading up to getting the book launched, and I mean, my sleep pattern has been off, and I'm becoming painfully aware of that. Maybe it's me reacclimating to my blood pressure. I think my blood pressure was up for a little while, but now I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
imagine
back
it
on
is.
my medication and I'm doing good. So
Like I said, you've been hyper even for you lately. So, but I understand. You're
yeah,
excited for the launch.
yeah,
Yeah, I think everybody gets it.
excited. What excitement? How? Yeah, I mean,
Scared
I know
Timmons,
early on,
excited.
Eric and Boyd said, in Finatra's early stream. He said, "How does it feel, Rex?" And it's like, I haven't really taken time to, you know, assess things or had the time to assess things and really drink it in, you know. Mike says, I even pointed out in the message on Facebook that I was going to give you some time to promote your campaign. Well, maybe we can get you to come on next Sunday. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool.
We'll talk about that a little later, Mike, and set something up. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely feeling jet lag because I mean, I was on the computer from like 5:30 to like maybe 11:30. I mean, most of the day yesterday. I don't even want to calculate how I went from stream to stream to stream to stream. And Doc started a stream and sent me the link, and I said, "Well, I can't turn it down." But I mean, it was, and that's a good thing. I'm trying to get out there. Hey, Grim.
Yeah.
And
Grim Adam.
but you got to watch your health too. You can't drive yourself like a stick in the mud.
That is okay. I've never heard that analogy for your health, but okay.
Yeah. Stick in the mud. Yeah. Yeah, your health, you don't want to wreck your health. No, nothing's more important.
I've heard the phrase stick in the mud, but never combined with your health. That's an interesting way of doing it.
Well, now you have. Now you have. Yeah, I mean, yesterday was definitely a depletion, and today I'm just trying to regenerate for a brand new week, and we'll set up some interviews for other projects and also shows for me to go on. I'm still in campaign mode and will be for a while, but I was watching a car stuff on here too. Yeah. Okay. Stick in the mud, lifting weights. Yeah. What were you saying, Shadow?
Nothing. I'm just saying you got to be in campaign mode. You got either 30 or 60 days. Depending on so.
And we'll be adding stuff. Like I say, I'll be getting artwork, and most of this artwork's been scanned. I'll be getting it to where up on the campaign, and hopefully there'll be some people interested in some of it.
Oh well, I imagine some people will be interested in some of it.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd be surprised
I haven't sold a hardback artist edition, but that just means if I don't sell one, I don't have to produce it. I haven't sold a standee yet, but that doesn't, I haven't sold a tapestry yet, but that doesn't mean that if I don't sell it, I don't have to produce it. But I do want to produce all that stuff, and I will produce all that stuff. And when it is hanging back here and you don't have one, don't blame me.
Okay, now can I go back in the campaign and go straight to add-ons, or do I have to back again?
There's no add-ons. Yeah, you had to back again, and probably the bundle, unless we, eventually we will.
Well, can I get say the tapestry and the standee just by themselves, or do I gotta buy that in the bundle?
Right now it's in the bundles. We will definitely, when I decide to put up the original artwork to the acrylic painting by Doc Blaylock, the Bog original artwork up on the campaign, that's when the tapestry will become separate. Do you think I should do a combo of like the tapestry and standee together?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
As an add-on,
It'd be a little pricey together, but separate, I might sell a few individual, but I mean, you wouldn't get hit twice by the shipping. I wonder how the shipping's doing that, when you
Well, I mean,
do stuff like that.
that's kind of under your control too, because like up to a certain point, you can
Hmm.
keep track of if somebody backs 2 or 3 times and just charge them shipping once, and then refund it. But again, at the
Right.
same time, I don't ever complain when I back multiple times if I get charged multiple shipping because I know it helps out the creator, it helps them move their campaign along better.
Hmm.
Uh, so you know,
I
it,
think that
it
the
is
thing
what it
that's
is.
really gonna
Shipping is, you know,
I think what's really gonna push this thing to 4,000, possibly 5,000, or just to 4,000 in this bad economy, uh, stratosphere, will be, and I don't want to make predictions on how high it could go, but you know, um, I think is getting out there, going on different channels with different, like you said, different groups, like Angela Curry. I've seen her. She had something to do today, going out, I think, but she was like, I can't catch it today, but she may be in there tomorrow in the chat.
yeah,
I
Angela's
I,
doing
I
it.
think I think she's been in the chat here on the channel, hasn't she? I know I've seen her
Yeah,
elsewhere.
she's been here before. She's. I
Okay,
used to see her. I
yeah.
got to know her in EVS's
And
chat.
that's networking. That's getting to know the channels and the different people in the scene, right? Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick.
There you go, brother. That's what you got to do.
Patrick, I don't know who this Patrick is, and they don't have a trying to get a hold of me over on Twitter, and I don't want to click on something that may, and then and
It
now
might
it's hitting me
be.
up on
It might be
Instagram.
TTP, man.
Ah, yeah, yeah. You could be correct, sir, about that.
Interesting.
I have something that I'm dying to tell you, Shadowhawk, but we have not connected of late.
Well, I'm happy to stay
We've been busy.
backstage if you want me to. But,
Well,
I know you've been.
yeah. When we were backstage, it's like we had Elsie, we had other people.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
So we haven't
Or
really
you
gotten to
bounced
talk
out.
to him.
Yeah, we just haven't had a time to talk privately, of late. So it's
Yeah.
good just to decompress with my co-host, and I know your voice is almost gone, but
Dude,
are you
man,
feeling better today?
it like comes and
Relative,
goes. Man.
ever
Yeah.
changing? Yeah.
Just wish I could get back to normal. I'd be happy. But whatever.
Hyper Wizard, yeah. I saw Hyper Wizard on some panel. It might have been the one where Jimmy Reyes was on. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I've
seen
been
Hyper
I've
Wizard
been
around. I think
bebopping around to other channels. If I do get on the internet tonight, that's probably what I'll do. Is I'll bebop around and see who's streaming, and then absolutely go in there. And then if somebody's got a wrench or something, maybe they can. Oh, there's Rex. He's got a live campaign and drop it for me. Or if I've got a wrench, maybe I'll drop it, but I'll actually make my present felt, in more chats. I've been remiss on that, and that's
yeah,
absolutely part of getting out there and campaigning. It's just going in chats and interacting and saying hi to everybody, and
I get
letting them know you're still around.
nothing wrong with dropping in EBS's chat. Just put up a
I
$2.
did last night for a little bit, but man, that chat was just going so fast.
Yeah,
Uh,
you gotta do a super chat if you want EVS to notice. But
right.
you can do
And
like
until I
two
get some
two
campaign
bucks.
money, I
You
can't
know.
do that.
Right, right. But you can just do
Yeah.
like a $2 or $5 one and get a little
I
promo
wish I
out of
had
EVS.
$2 or $5. The last Ashcan money came into the bank the other day, and that's I went shopping for groceries. Yeah.
Well, it'll be
I
fine.
I'm grass fed beef. At this point. No, I'm
He's
eating good.
eating grass.
Oh, I had a pizza stacked with, I got a bunch of bacon from mom,
Yeah, he said you put
already
it away.
crisped up, and I said this absolutely has to go on my frozen pizza. and I stacked that thing up. That's what I had for breakfast early this morning, Shadowhawk, was leftover
Nothing
pizza
wrong with
from
that,
yesterday.
man.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Or before I went to bed early this morning, I should say. Early in the morning, I'm eating pizza, and I'm like, is this a good idea to lay down on this? You know, it didn't bother me.
Probably.
It didn't bother me. It usually would, but it didn't last night. Hit and miss. I'm
Cool.
on Facebook to Rex. Grim says, I will try and drop a link for Devil Flyer on CG Kings tomorrow night. Thank you.
Cool.
Anybody's got a wrench and they go into some of these, we need to get it funded. Hey, Blue Sasquatch, Blue's in the house.
Yeah, Blue.
We need to get the word out. It can just sit here and die on the vine, the campaign.
I don't think you have to worry about that too much.
Well, first day, everybody has, oh, you did
Right.
good. And then they go on to the next campaign that's launching and stuff,
Everybody's going to go out and tell their friends, hey, check this out.
I hope so, because we still got a Jimmy Reyes cover to put up on the campaign.
You got original art, sketch cards coming, you got all kinds of cool stuff.
Get us to that point where you can get this dope looking Devil Flyer trading card.
Hell yeah.
We've still got a lot. And then the next thing will be a John Dillard designed magnet. And then after that, I think there's a Rob Ewing something. I'm not even sure.
I'm not even sure.
Yeah, it's not revealed to me, even though I'm doing this stuff, Oh, he did remove the blue dot, I think. He said, sorry about that. The blue dot is now gone. How that happened. I think when he was putting this up, he must have hit the blue on his little color selector and put the blue dot on his
I got one dot. That's so crazy.
But now look at this. See, if we make the money, I will make an acetate, a clear acetate.
Put the blue dot back.
Dust jacket for the hardcover edition with the red Devil Flyer logo, and on back will be printed the Tank Ferret image in black and white. And you'll be able to see the artwork here just like it's pictured in black and white. Sweet. Through that clear acetate dust jacket. If we don't, then we'll just print it in red and have it in black and white still. We won't have it on the dust jacket, But
still cool.
And nobody's bought an artist.
Apex got a good idea. Yep. Zigzag Rob Ewing sticker. That'd be cool.
Well, I mean, these things have to be stretch goals, and we haven't reached the first one. We haven't even reached funding yet. So,
well, exactly. So, we need to get you funded, and then we'll worry about the rest.
Right. But
back in early bucket now, people, you get a trading card.
That would be a good sticker.
You missed out on
not done a sticker yet.
Yeah, that'd be a cool sticker.
Yeah. Almost looks like he's opening a portal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or something. Rob, I'm definitely going to be working with Rob, man. When I get the payout to some of this, I'm going to pay off anybody that I owe, which is not very many people. Let's put that to rest. And in the great tradition, speaking of which, I gave it the full treatment.
WS Theater.
Yeah. Well, I'll just take this down and I'll just play it from here. How about that?
There you go.
Only on Fun My Comic. Welcome to the show, the man of the hour, Ethan Van Sciver. John Dillard.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, it's me. It's the other one.
It is you, sir. It is you. People like your image of Devil Flyer, obviously, that you did last year. You got 10 backers here. And then if you go back down to the bundle where is also featured, there's 5 more. So we've sold 15 of your cover thus far. And Tokamai says he's going to back later this evening after he gets that laser configured. I don't know what he's doing with a laser, but
What does that mean? 15 of my covers. Is there an alternate cover?
There is a Golden Age cover. There's a blank cover with just the logo. So for sketch artists, if they want a blank cover, and there's also a wraparound Jimmy Reyes cover coming. That's up for sale, but we don't.
Oh, how much of each cover has sold?
Well, 15 of yours.
Yeah, I think you're in the lead right now, Dillard.
Yeah, you're in the lead.
What does the Golden Age cover look like? And whose is that? And how much of that has sold?
Okay, I'm gonna drop.
I need numbers here. You're the one that brought this up, not me.
Right. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat and have Shadowhawk come back in on that because he's starting to wobble a little. At his convenience. So
sounds like he's in the sort of a haunted forest.
Here is there is the watercolor done by him, the sort of blue and gray original costume thing we were going for. So there's this cover, and then there's going to be the Jimmy Reyes wraparound cover that we just put a big question mark there. But you can get all 3 in a bundle for $60, and there's been 5 backers of that bundle. We sold 2 blanks. We sold 5 of Jimmy Reyes's. So at this point, sight unseen, you're outselling Jimmy Reyes.
Jimmy who?
Exactly. And I need to write this down. I've got 22 head sketches, Dillard, that I now have to draw. Because anybody that backed in the first 24 hours got a head sketch by me with their order. So I've got 22 of those things to draw now. I can do that in my sleep. I may work on that tonight and have a drawstring. What's going on with you today?
Nothing, just getting a late start.
A late start. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I've tried to recover. I've tried to recover from yesterday's launch. Did you? You probably didn't see the launch, did you?
I did not. No, we had an unexpected. Maybe it wasn't unexpected. I don't know.
There is Shay as Devil Flyer. Check that out. Is that not wild? That's taken from your cover, Dillard.
Dillard's speechless.
He's speechless. I have dazzled him with my brilliance.
So is that better now?
Hey, Black Angus, what's going on? He says. He had Jimmy Reyes on his channel last night, along with Katie Did and some other people.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But Dillard, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Did you hear the news? We are after our successful launch over there with Shay, and there she is as Devil Flyer. We are now 59% there in the first 24 hours being funded.
That's fantastic.
on Fund My Comic. But I with the healthy skepticism of Dillard draws, I gotta say I think we can do better.
Meaning you want to get all the way there within the next 12 hours?
Oh,
What do
you
think?
were simulcasting for her. Okay, so I wasn't subscribed to her, but I was you, Black Angus. Yeah, we want to sell 15 more copies of your cover, at least.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But
Well,
we
here's
had
the
a
ticket
good-
to that. If you really want to do that, don't show any other artwork other than my cover.
Right. Right.
Dillard would never think of himself.
Above others.
You don't want people to get, you don't
Yeah,
want
you
people
don't
to
want-
catch wise to the bait and switch,
Now,
getting all
has there
uppity
been
on it.
any trash talk towards you, Dillard, through Ethan or, about Yellow Flash and all this? Has there been any other trash talk recently? Are you still in the eye of the storm of controversy? Unwillingly?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Black Angus says, yeah, it's a cool feature to get watch time and overlap audience possibly. Yeah. Yeah, I've simulcast too, with Luke and Shay on this channel before.
I think I'm going to simulcast with PewDiePie.
Cutie Pie? Okay. Well, there was a Katie did. Apparently he was simulcasting with Katie did last night. And that's what I was seeing. So I guess Katie did had on Jimmy Reyes. But it looked like you had on Jimmy Reyes, Black Angus, because it was your channel. But apparently not. But that's all right. I gave you the credit anyway.
You sound very confused, Riggs.
I am very confused. You know how it is after a launch. You've been up working on it. Maybe you don't, because you're like got your last campaign up in like 2 weeks. And so probably no pressure there. And sleepless nights and stuff like, Dillard, would you like to have more controversy?
There's nights
Black
I'm
Angus
searching
wants to know.
for you.
Black Angus has a question, Dillard. He says, would you like to have more controversy in your life?
No, just more viewers. If I could get a bunch of people to just go and subscribe and watch me while I go live, I could do without the drama. Rex, what was the answer to that?
You.
The answer to that was you could do without it. I was paying attention. Kind of, sort of. I was reading the chat, Dillard. I'm always accused of not reading the chat, damn it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not an accusation.
Is it because you hate the chat?
No, it's like when I have on stellar artists like yourself.
Yes, go on.
Many projects, not just Yellow Flashes, but your own Canadian Tussle, your own Buckler, you've worked on Devil Flyer, and we'll be working on some other stuff. For me, you're working on Cat Infinity's book. I mean, you're doing what it takes, man, to be a success, Black Angus wants to know if you were singing Journey.
Yes, I was.
There you go. Yeah, well, I can't wait to see what Jimmy Reyes's cover looks like because there's probably some people holding back. Some didn't. 5 people didn't hold back. They pulled the trigger immediately.
I bought all 3. I think that includes Jimmy's, doesn't it?
And that may be the bundle too. Yeah, you do have to kind of include that, don't you? So 5 there and 5 there. So he's sold 10 total, and Dillard has sold
You said
15.
15.
15. Yeah. So you're 5 ahead of Jimmy Reyes. And like you said, who?
I don't think that's how math works, but okay.
I'm not really Pythagoras or any of those others. So yeah, I don't know how math works either. But I
Arkansas.
absolutely know how StreamYard works to a certain degree. And you don't know who Jimmy Reyes is. So I feel since he's not here, I'm going to introduce him through his trailer to you, Dillard. Dragon Rage over on.
Hey, that's the best place to watch a trailer for the first time is Rex's show.
Absolutely on Choppy Ass Theater.
Dragali, the true Dragon Masters. Humans with the rare ability to capture the rage of the dragons, wielding their powers as their own.
Dragon Rage, go check it out on Indiegogo. He's getting ready, working on the final pages now, and getting ready for Phil. That is who Jimmy Reyes is, I guess, if you have to equate it to your work. Now, who would John Dillard be if you're equated to your work? I mean, if guilt by association, right? Who would John Dillard be? Would it be the Buckler? Would it be Captain Finity's character? Would it be Devil Flyer? Would it be Yellow Flash's project? Who is John Dillard? I don't think we know. Dillard, what was the thought process of keeping the Isom piece black and white? Black Angus wants to know.
The thought process behind that was I feel that my work, my style of artwork works best in black and white. And I also felt like, I lean really heavy towards the noir aesthetic. And
right.
When I practice and stuff like that, that's really where I gear my attention. So I figured, that would be a good way. Now I know that everybody else was doing colored pieces and you were supposed to submit a finished colored piece and all that. But I was like, you know what? It's just, I just felt like.
Might be a good way to get noticed,
No, not so much that. Just it even. There's a hard line for me between colored and black and white artwork. And I just feel that black and white artwork leaves more of an impact. And I was like, you know what? I'm good at it. That's my wheelhouse. Let's just stick to what I do best and be damned with the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree with you, Dillard. I like black and white better than most colored stuff. So
I don't know, Crooked Painter. The last time you looked at it were 22 backers, $1,178, 59% funded after about 25 hours or 24 hours. That's pretty good, right, Dillard? I mean, maybe.
It's great.
Yeah, it's very good.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not Ethan Van Sciver and can within 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I think
you're not. What am I doing on this show?
Oh, well, Yeah, I could show you my cyber frog, but I'd have to kill you. I don't have cyber frog, but I do have an unopened T-shirt by done artwork done by Art Adams from the 80s, unopened, 1987.
Oh, thank you very much, Crooked Painter. I appreciate that.
Decent Ashcan was beautiful. Descent. Sorry about that. It was decent though. Yeah, it was beautiful. You did a beautiful job with that. So did it go up, Crooked Painter? I think it did by one or two people. You know, it definitely stands out against the competition. Black Angus says. What are you working on today? I know you said you got a late start today. Are you you going to start in with the yellow flash stuff?
No, I usually start off my days working on commissions that I owe.
Okay, and that kind of loosens you up to take on some of the bigger projects or something.
No, I don't need to get warmed up.
You don't. You just you do it so much you just go right into.
I'm warmed up from yesterday. You know.
Okay.
I don't ever get to like stop drawing, so there's no point in like warming up.
Yeah, I'd hate to refund Crooked Painter's money and his drawing tier and stuff, and he doesn't get in my comic because we didn't get funded. So let's get this thing funded. We'll get there. We'll get there. This is just the start of the campaign. I have no worries whatsoever. We'll be adding different things to the campaign. It'll be a fun campaign. It's a wonder we got it up. It's always a challenge. Because I'm not.
God. Somebody clip that, please.
Somebody clip what? What'd I say?
It's a wonder you got it up. It's always a challenge.
Can get it up. It's always a challenge, yeah.
Oh, God.
Now I know you're joking because I've never had anything wrong in that department. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, too much information there, buddy.
No, you'll get your book. You'll probably get it in record time because it's about 85% done. John Dillard would have had the Inner Man 2-page story done toot sweet, I know, for a year now or so if I'd only mailed him his comics. But I owe John Dillard some comics, and I think he made
amazing. It's super amazing how fast I get things done after I get paid.
Isn't it though? Yeah.
It's super amazing how fast Shadow delivers as well.
Well, once I get it up, it's it's amazing how I deliver. I've been told. Right, Shadowhawk?
Sure, if you say so, buddy.
Sure. I'm giving you a thumbs up if you don't say.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
I am that man trapped in the couch. I can totally identify with him.
Should have never told you that story.
Yeah. I the theater in my mind playing that is like, wow, I wish I had seen that.
No,
I know you're
no, you
it,
don't,
but,
dude. No, you really don't.
Well, my standards were pretty low when I was younger.
It was like looking at a beached fucking what do they call those?
So you say.
Sea cows.
Large women have a soul too. Quit disparaging fat people.
She wasn't fat.
They're good
she had
to
her own,
hang out
she,
with in
she
the
had her own
rain if
moon.
they're tall, but most tall people aren't fat, are they?
She had satellites orbiting her. She wasn't fat. She was huge.
That's love handles. I just like the part that you're your buddy was pressed into the couch underneath her, and you could barely see him because she was so gargantuan.
I didn't even know he was there until he popped his head out from behind her
Right,
and
and
gave me
said,
a thumbs up.
"Hey, yeah, I know that's hilarious." I could very well see that
I was
happening,
like,
and you just like, I didn't see that, and going right on by. Yeah.
Yeah, I went blind for a couple minutes.
She was a porker, folks. Apparently.
She was a biggie.
She was 20 pounds off the hoof. Handles of love, Apex says. Handles of love.
Lots and lots of handles.
Lots of handles. Handholds on that mountain. Climb that mountain. Dillard's in his usual talkative mood today, I see. This is episode 647. Now we're coming up on 666 here pretty soon, Shadow. And I don't know that we've devised a good episode for episode 666 yet.
Yeah. All right. We get a Ouija board
Yeah.
and we try to talk to some of the guys that died last year. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we could
No.
get Tim Sell on. We could get George Perez on. We could get Neil Adams on. We could get Tim Lyle on. A bunch of creators passed away in the last couple of years. So
Yeah, we
That's-
can get Chadwick Boseman.
who's Chadwick Boseman?
That was the Black
Racist.
Panther guy. Right?
Racist.
No, I literally don't know who he is.
And that tells me that you're very racist.
Ouch.
Get out of here, you Mexican.
Rex, I'm gonna need you to name 3 black actresses.
Eartha Kitt.
No. And I'm not talking about Eartha Kitt and Hattie McDaniel. I'm talking about
Oh, now
something
you're
from
kid-
now I'm talking about something from the last 50 years, okay?
Lena Horne.
That's not an actress from the last 50
Yeah,
years.
she was absolutely one of the best actresses. Yeah, absolutely. And Eartha Kitt.
Back
was
in
too.
19 Tickety 3.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't watch current movies. So there.
All right, then fine. Name me 3 white actors that are currently working.
Oh, God.
That's a trap, and I will not fall into it. Because that's too easy. LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton is not an actress, as far as I know. That's an actor.
Samuel L. Jackson. He's
Yeah.
a great Caucasian actor.
Roots.
Samuel L. Jackson is not a
Kunta
woman. My
Kinte.
goodness.
Yeah, LeVar Burton, probably my introduction to him was Roots. Alex.
Jeez.
Huh? Yeah, Kunta Kinte, Toby. Yeah. Denzel Washington, Tyler Perry, and Chris Tucker. Apex said.
He only named 1 black actress, and he even spelled her name wrong.
Actress, right. He said actressy, not an actor. But then when he went to his racism and he said male actors. Well, there's a lot
No,
of
I
white
said-
male actors out
I said, I know you can name white male actors, but how many
there. Holly
black
Berry,
actresses?
there you go.
No, it's
Holly Berry.
Hallie, not Holly. Hallie.
Or whatever. I'm not.
And she
gonna-
doesn't work anymore. She's not currently working as an actress.
Okay, there you go. Made her millions. Tyler
Snob.
Perry is absolutely. I knew about Tyler Perry before Hollywood knew about Tyler Perry.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, why are you
I
watching
care-
promote homosexuals, Rex?
I care that he's a douchebag, you know. Yeah, he was doing the Medea thing. That was, you know, in the Christian film market before it was.
Dude, he
in
stole
the
that whole
90s.
that whole bit was stole from Flip Wilson back in the day.
Well, whoever it was, I mean, yeah, there. Well, I mean, there's I mean, you could go back to Shakespeare's time, and guys were dressing up as ladies
That's true. Yeah,
in the theater.
That's
I
true.
mean-
Shakespeare is very gay, Rex. I agree.
Uncle Milty
It is.
did it. I mean, all the great Charlie Chaplin, all the greats dressed up as women at some skit, you know, at some point.
Well,
I
yeah,
agree,
back in
Rex.
the-
Hollywood is very gay.
Yes. Pedophilia.
that's-
Sorry about that. Flip Wilson, yeah. Gertrude, yeah. Ruth Buzzy with her hairnet. Oh my
oh
gosh.
God.
Laugh in.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Rowan
Yeah.
and Martin.
Goldie Hawn was like what, like 19 or 20 on that show?
I mean,
Holy
when you got
shit.
great entertainment like that, why do you want? I mean, you know, I go to YouTube. I was watching a documentary on Paul Lynn.
I don't
I
know
don't
that
watch
name.
the new stuff, which is
Paul
toilet
Lynn,
paper.
what?
Paul Lynn, yeah. Because I didn't know much about his background.
Yeah,
The only
Rex
thing
is
I
all
know
about
is
that.
he-
Rex
he
is all
did
about that hot
cartoon
young
voices.
actor. What's that new actor's name? Jimmy Stewart. Yeah, that new guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Rock Hudson, that new
Yeah.
stud.
Yeah, Rock Hudson. Yeah, he died of AIDS in the 80s. I know that much.
No. I didn't say
Oh,
about
God. Oh, Crooked Painter. Wow. Okay. It says I would still plow Goldie Hawn. Wow.
Goldie's still cute for her age, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did she not do any plastic
No,
surgery?
she's done some, but nothing too like outrageous.
Extreme. Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't turned herself into a lizard person yet.
She may very well be a lizard person.
Oops, sorry, Lorenzo.
In full
No
disclosure.
offense to lizard people.
Right. Now there's some lizard hatred for you. No wonder Lorenzo doesn't come in here anymore.
Oh, you're gonna blame me now.
Absolutely. That's the co-host gets the dregs. I mean, that's like
Hawks,
when you
hawks and lizards are natural enemies. It's just the way it goes.
look, I co-host with Apex Comics, and I learned in all that time with co-hosting that you are the foot wipe when you come in the door.
Yes, and I
You
put up
come
with
in to
all
make
of
the
your
host
abuse.
look good, and you're supposed to have all the dirt for me. You know, if there's any
Most
dirt.
of the time, you don't want the dirt. You know, I don't want to talk about that. Okay?
Hey, I let Dillard in, didn't I?
Oh,
Oh,
Dillard, I'm gonna let you defend yourself on that one.
And I'm gonna go ahead and need an apology if you want me to come in.
Damn, what did Dillard do? He just pulled him in out of nowhere.
and he asked so politely. Well, first I'll ask forgiveness from God, and I'll get back with you on the rest.
Damn,
Although the Bible does say, "Go quickly to that person that asks for."
I've been up for
Look
like
at that.
36
He
hours promoting this
Oh,
guy's
my
comic book, man, and this is how he does us. Wow.
Well, okay. If you want to back the last John Dillard comic book cover done for Momentum Comics, it's up on the campaign right now. You can get an acrylic standee as well. You know, with John Dillard's image there, although it'll have the full trident. You know, just like right
Oh,
there.
how much is the standee, Rex?
The standee's in a larger bundle.
Oh, it's in the
so,
bundle. See, that's
right now
you
it's
got-
not.
you gotta make
offered
that separate
individual.
at some point.
Yeah, trying to sell some. I mean, I think we put together some pretty good bundles.
Well,
But
yeah,
they
I mean,
are
but, yeah.
expensive, you know. I mean, but you got to factor in your costs. And I must say, with Critical Blast and Justin both and I, we you know, we're not. We've
No,
got to
you guys
cover
are-
ourselves.
Yeah, and you don't
supplies
have
and
any
stuff, but-
you don't have any outrageous prices going on.
Oh, well, I'm glad to
So,
hear you say that because I mean, you've backed over 400 projects. You know, I mean,
I
But
think I got a handle on it pretty well. I mean, I've backed a couple of outrageous projects just because
well,
I
I mean,
wanted
like
to.
this, you
But,
get a whole file of original artwork, preliminary stuff, the only work on the project,
Mhm.
besides a
No, that's
few
awesome.
individual pieces. You get all the books plus the artist edition, and some of that art in the file will be printed in the artist edition. It's a one of a kind. Is that not worth $600, or
Oh
is there not
no,
six? I mean, you get a standee and a tapestry, 4
yeah.
books, one of them a
And
hardcover.
and does that have the original artwork of
The
Doc's
original
Doll?
artwork, the file, yeah.
There,
And
that's
a lot
yeah.
of that has not been printed. I mean, like
No,
the
600
decapitation
bucks
and
is probably cheap for that. You know.
well, you get to see his thinking process. If you want to know how he came up, even though I thumbnailed everything else, he still had, you know, some stuff in there. And then, you know, the 300 bottle big book bundle there, it's got the standee, all the books and the tapestry. The only thing that it's
Yep.
lacking is the original artwork. And
But
then
if you backed on day one, you will get an original head sketch.
you will get an original head sketch, absolutely. And if you back
22 people. Well, actually 21 because I'm getting 2.
Yeah. Now, in that bundle, the only thing that's not included is the blank cover. We put that for a $5 discount. 2 of you have backed the blank cover, and we will absolutely make sure it's got the best cover stock on it to draw on. I can't wait to get those in.
Cool.
And then we got the Jimmy Reyes coming. You can get drawn into the book. We
Oh,
got an
dude, I can't
original.
wait. I can't wait to see what Jimmy does. It's gonna be cool.
You want to know, you know, what direction John could have taken the book in? Here's the only sketch, original artwork sketch that he did of Devil Flyer, where he actually incorporated like a skull-like bird beak and everything. Pretty wild looking, you know.
No,
There's a little. And thank you for the 4 people that backed Shadowhawk and the other 3 that backed by Abby and Meal.
of course, you gotta do something for Evers. She's a good girl.
She is a good girl. She's over there all curled up and sleeping right now. I wish I could take a picture of her. To be fair, all Hollywood folk are lizard people. Yeah. Lizard people from
Yeah,
V.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Don't be
They
mean
might
to
not
Dillard. He's
start
a
off
good
that
dude.
way,
He
but
is a good dude. Yeah.
they get morphed into it.
When he doesn't come on here and share his music. That's all I'll say about that.
What?
I will be on Mad Ruth's channel in March. We're setting that up now.
Cool.
He's up there in Canada,
Oh yeah, hey there.
and he's got Soultac over there on Fund My Comic. So when
Oh
you're
yeah,
checking
yeah,
out Devil Flyer and your other stuff over on Fund My Comic,
yeah. Soultech looks pretty cool.
and for everybody that's backed, I'm glad. I mean, original, you know, head sketch is the least I can do for you guys. That I mean, I realize Fund My Comic may be a new platform for most of you to go over and back. It was for Shadowhawk up till recently, the last few months.
Yeah,
And
probably about 6 months ago or
I like
something.
the Sotac and Agent Zero, Justin in the house, not Jason, Justin in the
Hey,
house.
how about that
I
guy?
owe
Right?
a lot to this gentleman here for getting the campaign up and looking so snazzy as it does.
Hail Justin, hail Chrome Dog. Oh,
So I was on Jason Bascom's today, and I would do more. Frankly, I would do more today, but it is the anniversary of the death of my dad, and I'm just going to take the rest of the day off and do what I want.
there you go.
And then
Nothing wrong with
Monday, I'm going to be on with Salacious Rum, which was on with us yesterday. What'd you think about Salacious Rum, Shadowhawk?
I thought he was fun, dude. I had a good time with him.
Not wild. You didn't get to see his face, but then again, you
He's
did.
he's
Yeah.
definitely got some cool stuff going on over
Oh man, he's a mega collector.
there. I'm just talking about like the whole the little puppet he had going on and
Yeah.
everything. It's like, dude's, yeah, he's definitely creative, man. I mean, like, he's out there. I like
Justin
it.
said, complete with a blue beauty mark on the beak. Well, it wasn't on the beak, but it was pretty close to it.
It was pretty close.
Yeah. But we've
Yeah,
removed
like,
that. Thanks
I
for
was
removing
telling Rex he should have saved those, and we could have done an error and called it the what was it, Rex? The
it. Marilyn Monroe beauty
yeah,
mark.
the Marilyn Monroe Beauty Mark edition.
Yeah, I fixed it. Laugh out loud. Yeah. I know
Only
you
5 in existence.
What I mean, what you know, Justin, you got time to come in here? You know, the link is still up in the chat, but I can drop it again if you're available. I would absolutely like to praise you to the hilt for making such a great contribution and campaign. I'll be on with RJ Critical Blast after I do Salacious Rum and the 4 o'clock Shadow at 7 p.m. I'll be on with RJ Critical Blast, who is fulfilling. I thought you had to go. No, that was Dillard. He had to go. Really, no joke. And then Tuesday with Texas Day, we're going to celebrate Jack Kirby's death. How morbid is that?
Dope. That's kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to mention that yeah, Jack Kirby's the anniversary of his death is.
Well, we're gonna pay tribute to him on the anniversary of his death.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, we're not gonna celebrate his death.
Noon Wednesday, I'm gonna be on with Doc, and then Thursday I'm gonna be on with Matt. Late night at 10 p.m. Central. 9 Eastern.
I'll be in bed for that one. I'll watch it next morning.
I'll be in bed for that one. Welcome to the show, Justin K. Sweet.
What's up? I don't have too much time because my wife and I are going to be trying to do our taxes tonight. So.
Oh God.
Sweet. Yeah, that's something I got to do.
Still waiting on one more W2.
Well, Justin, I just wanted to get you in here to say 59%, bro. Funded, 22 backers. What do you think? Not bad for 24 hours, huh?
No, it's really not bad. I think you've done a really good job on it, like with your promotion. Obviously, I think that's. But I mean, yeah, I did everything that I could to make the campaign sing.
You did great, man.
I mean, it may be that. I mean, I don't know if you've got any people pledging already for those higher tiers, but you know, we might consider adjusting the prices a little bit around.
Right.
You know, I've been considering that myself. But
well, you always, like you said, you don't want to take a bath on it. So, and I think we were pretty.
Yeah, but I mean, it never hurts to be a little bit flexible.
Well, I think
yeah, we did put it in where we could absolutely lower it and put a discount on some of those higher tiers. So
yeah, that's basically you don't want to go up. You want to make sure you leave room to go down.
This is
exactly.
The first day, so I'm kind of
yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm just I'm putting in the back of your mind for days coming along if people don't get in. You know, that's all.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, it's been in the back of my mind. Yeah.
Has it?
So
okay, good.
It sounds like you're going to have a fun time tonight working on your taxes.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a fun time.
Well, I mean, you know, pop some popcorn, put in a movie that you don't really care about just for background music and you know, get to it. Because you can't mess up on those taxes. They'll come and take your firstborn away from you. I
mean, yeah. I did all the hard stuff. I did all the hard stuff earlier today, and that's when I went went through and did all the numbers on all the money that I've lost in creating
Yeah.
and
I've got to
funding
do
and
my
doing everything with
taxes, but
Chrome Dog.
I wanted to
So-
get this launched first, and then I'll sit down with Elsie because he can
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
walk me through it. And I don't have much to claim.
I'd love to.
at all.
I'd love to show people. I'd love to show people how much of a grift it really is here in the bottoms of the dregs of the indie comic sphere,
Yeah.
and how much in the hole, a lot of us are when we do these books.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you did some higher tier items. Your bookmark was metal, right?
Yep.
You
Yep.
did a chrome print or
I did.
something.
Yeah, I
These
did metal
things
prints.
Are expensive. to
They are.
produce. Yeah.
They are, and I mean, really, what killed me was the trading cards for the first 50 backers. But at the same time, this being, it was okay. With Chrome Dog, I wanted to do what Ethan did with with Cyberfrog with a chromium cover, but I saw how he was having issues getting that done for for Wreck Planet. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save myself, and because I want to do something metal, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a metal trading card, and that morphed into doing the metal bookmarks, and then that also I also wanted to do the prints based on what
Right.
Luke had done for Rift Riders. But do I have any regrets about it? No, because this was the first. This was I wanted to make a big splash with
Right.
Chrome Dog. And I look forward to doing something with metal on all my campaigns. I'm just not going to go this big every time.
Do you think you achieved that? Do you think you achieved that? Are you happy with the outcome? Do you think you made your big splash that you wanted to make?
I think I did. I really do. I think
Yeah.
I did. And even though I took a bath on this first, this first campaign, all totaled, I think as long as I'm careful in the future and slow and steady wins the race, and and bring the quality book that people come to expect in this space. I think because to me it's all about the readers and retaining their attention. I'm sorry if there's noise coming in. I've got
That's fine. It sounds like you're in the kitchen of a restaurant.
no. It must be really picking that up. Hold on a second. I'm gonna close the door. That's in our
can
living
I-
room.
Can I put in an order?
Oh, hold on.
No, as far as I know, Dillard's not working with Eric July, Crooked Painter. He's
The
working
shake
with
machine's
Yellow
down.
Flash.
I'm
He's
just
working
kidding.
with Yellow Flash. Crooked Painter says, I honestly don't understand how you guys make money with comics. They take forever to make and then all the work to ship them.
I mean, actually, you know what? I enjoy fulfillment. So I fulfill my own book. With the exception of all those Arrow bundles, I wound up sending all the issues that Luke needed to him. So he's working those out. But
To be honest, the reason that I went with Critical Blast on this first one, I wanted to try him out. He is close, like 4 hours away from me.
yeah,
So logistically, if I had it printed up locally, or even in if I go to a printer that's based in Nashville, like we talked about, I could absolutely drive over there to where it'd be worth it just to come and meet you and shake your hand for all your hard work,
well, whatever. I mean, what? Yeah, I mean,
or say, where I went today? I went to
yeah,
where
exactly.
do you live again? Nashville. And
Well, near Nashville.
I was
live
in
near.
town, but I didn't bother to look you up.
You could do that. That's always fun. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it to RJ for not, Irene came in to fulfill Fiendish and he didn't tell me. I would have absolutely drawn over there. And he said, well, next time for Fiendish 2 or this 2.5 that's up on my comic now.
Yep.
Yep.
She's doing really well on that too.
We
by the
might
way.
get a little get together, a little mini con together. I would
I mean-
absolutely drive over there. And
Yeah,
I
I mean-
understand he said, well, I kind of wanted her to all to myself. And we, for 2 days,
Oh my,
we kind of went
Okay.
shopping or around, showing her around and stuff. Because where he lives is kind of a tourist thing, you know. You're in the
Oh,
Ozark
okay.
Mountains, and it's all about
Yeah.
where he lives. It's
Mhm.
all about art. You
Mm.
got craftsmen and artisans there. If you've never been there, it's a trip. I actually
Mm.
honeymoon there
Yeah, I
once
got
with my
we
second wife.
we've got some friends that live in Kabul.
I paint too, painter.
Kabul, Missouri. So
Okay.
I know a little bit of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
I mean, and I camped in was it Frederickstown,
Uh-huh.
Missouri, and
Uh-huh.
that's in the Ozarks too. But yeah,
Right.
and
Yeah.
my cousin, he lived in Ponca, Arkansas, and over near Jasper. Are you familiar?
The Ozarks stretch up into Missouri, you know.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
I mean, it's not just Arkansas. This is a mountain range, you know, if you would, I suppose. Kind of like the what's those up in north? The starts with an A. Appalachian
Yeah,
Mountain.
Appalachians. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
No,
You
no,
know
I.
what correct my speech. Uh,
I mean, I happen to live over here close to that area, but
do you really? Okay, all right.
well, I mean, it's
I don't know geography. What I know,
okay. Yeah,
you know,
we're in the
you're
foothills of
in
the
the United States.
Appalachians.
That's what I know. Okay, you're
That'll
somewhere.
work.
Yeah,
That'll work.
I could absolutely find Nashville though, because
Mm.
where LZ, you know, I go over to Memphis and then I go up north from Memphis, sort of towards Dyersburg, right, and cut over, you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
So I absolutely could
Yeah,
find,
that's
and then beyond. Actually, I've driven, took a Greyhound bus through there and went. I'd need some directions, some Google search or something, a map or
hmm
something. I'm old school. I'd probably have a map that I couldn't fold up. Going, where am
Hey,
I?
hey,
But I've been
don't let
over to
people knock you.
Chattanooga. I've been
Yeah,
over to Chattanooga and
Knoxville.
Knoxville. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
right under Nashville, I went to school like 30 miles below you in Bell Buckle, Tennessee.
Yep. Okay.
They've got one of the oldest
Yep.
schools in the United States, founded in
Famously.
1873, I think, 72.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know,
Famously.
they had a famous actor come out of there. He was on MASH.
Hmm.
The guy that Wilson is his real name. I think he was replaced by BJ. It was the
Hmm.
guy that was early on in MASH with Alan Alda.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he
That's
was
neat.
replaced by BJ later. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
he
I
come
love
from
that
there.
show.
He went to high school there. It's high school.
Gotcha.
They
Neat.
had a house that had one of those porches that go all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
It was built in the 1700s, and 2 years after I left there, it burned down. You can't pin that on me,
Oh.
but it's no longer there. But it was on campus. I met the guy that came up, and I showed him some of my comic book work.
Mm-hmm.
I took some of my characters and stuff because I knew he was going to be there, and he actually tutored me in English. He came up with the concept for Tony the Tiger.
Oh, neat. That's so cool.
Yeah, he was eccentric. He was gray haired like me. He might have been in his 60s, but he probably in his 60s, maybe at that point. He just looked older to me. He looked like an old man to me, but he was like genius eccentric. You would
Mm.
see this old man skipping on the sidewalks, skipping like a little kid.
Mm.
Now, if there was other people around, he would stop.
Mm.
But when he was, you know, like people do things, you know, but he was
Yeah.
a true eccentric.
Gotcha.
And out of Bell Buckle, Tennessee, too. Uh, have you ever been to Belt Buckle? What is it,
Um.
Belt Buckle or Bell Buckle? I forget.
It's Bell.
It's like
Yeah, it's
Bell
Bell.
Buckle. Okay.
Bell Buckle. Yep.
Bell Buckle.
I have not been there, but
Okay,
they talk about it on the news all the time.
In
around here.
the late 70s, early 80s, you had the caps that kind of funny caps. They had an antenna. They had like ram's horns. They had different things sewn on them. And the woman that invented that came up with that and was making those hats. And I met her mother, who was running the store that had all these hats, and I bought one. I may even still have it. It's got Snell antenna on it. And it made her a millionaire. Making those
Snail
hats.
antenna.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one had big ram horns on the side. You look like Princess Leia.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was. It made her a millionaire, though, making those hats. Isn't that wild?
That's pretty darn cool.
And you could get an RC Cola in Bell Buckle. At that time, you could not get an RC Cola here.
Oh, yeah.
And I went to this pharmacy, dude, and it had like 5-year-old comics in it. You could buy back issues. I couldn't believe they were still in there, looking brand
Nice.
new.
Yes, sir.
And I was
Nice.
like, "That's mine. I bought them all."
Yoink. Yeah, I bet they were still cover price, huh?
Yeah, it's like George Perez, Fantastic Four. That's mine. You know,
Yoink.
or I think it was his work. It was still dope.
Well,
I
yeah.
couldn't believe it was there.
Hmm.
But yeah, you could find. I mean, it was great. They had a dress code there. You had to like dress in khaki pants. But I got to wear occasionally. I got to wear blue jeans. And believe me, if you're used to wearing blue jeans and you hadn't worn it in like a week, when you slide those blue jeans on, it feels so good.
Okay.
I mean, it's like sex. It feels so good.
All right, man.
Let me tell you. But they had a dress code, and they would go, "Hey, stop you on the sidewalk." I'd be in jeans, and they go, "Hey, I'm going to art class." That was the only way you could get away with it, is be registered to be in art class.
Mm-hmm.
And because it got a little messy, so they'd let you wear jeans. But
Yeah.
they absolutely had a dress code. You couldn't just go around with jeans most of the time.
That's
But if you were
hilarious.
going to class or coming back from class, was that too much information, Rex? Yeah.
I would say so.
Well, it was.
I don't know
What
when I
part
put
of
on
it?
a pair of
Oh, well,
jeans.
oh,
when I
with
put on
sex,
a pair of jeans, the last thing I think about typically is the
Well,
hunk
see,
of
you
chunka.
haven't done without it. If you're used to wearing jeans and then it's been 2 weeks before and then when you put them on, they feel that cotton. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
but
instant boner. Anyway. Yeah, well, it was Tennessee cricket.
So
Pirates.
okay.
Don't
So
fly.
since we're talking about pants and junk, so we so in my area there was. Are you familiar with the Diamond Gusset?
Now,
You ever
see,
heard
I
of
lost
that
a
jean
couple
brand?
viewers with that last comment?
Well, that was your
Am I
fault.
familiar with what?
The Diamond Gusset jeans.
No, but they sound
You should-
sensuous.
You should look them up.
Trump did
Basically,
Yeah.
basically what it is they're jeans that have. Are you familiar with the concept of a gusset?
No, sounds like
So
a
a-
cattle prod. Nether region.
Nice. Okay, so a gusset is actually it's an extra piece of fabric. Okay, and they originally that extra
I'll
piece of
send you
fabric
some, Gary.
just okay. Originally the extra piece of fabric was in like the robes over in Arabia for under the armpits or whatnot to allow them to be more breathable.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah. Ooh, that sounds cool.
And so what they did was they somebody when they founded the Diamond Gusset, whoever it was that founded it, they designed these pants that have
Wasn't
an
it
extra
Lou Gossett
diamond. No, Gusset, not Gossett. Gusset. Jeez. Anyway, I'm trying to get this thing out. You are the worst, Rex. You really are. You got to work on that. Seriously. So, what is it? Jar Jar Binks is like, how wooed. Anyway, so a gusset is this extra piece of fabric in the crotch, and it makes it way more comfortable. Makes a pair of jeans way more comfortable especially for a guy, and so
A gay guy? Did you just
no,
say
just a guy, be
Oh,
able
a
to
guy.
have.
Oh,
Yeah, a guy. Because I know you've had it happen, I'm sure. But
his audio.
it splits,
Yeah.
So
Like riding
with these
pants,
gussets, they give you
right?
what's that?
Like riding pants, it's got a little bit more roominess.
Yeah, there's more room. There's more room
Yeah.
there, and but yeah, they're classic blue jeans. You can get them in different styles or whatnot. But
I needed
yeah,
that for years. That's why my voice is so high.
you got to
Figure
look
it
it
out.
up. Diamond gusset jeans. Check it out on the web.
When
Anyway,
when your pants are too tight, you go another octave.
nice. That's why I'm so deep.
They actually sound pretty cool, actually,
Yeah.
I'm all gangster, man. I mean, I actually, the last time I bought jeans, at least a decade ago.
What Timothy Olson says, did you hear Eric July is going to kill off Horseman? He will
Yeah.
become glue. Nice.
Right.
All right. Well, yeah, I just wanted to pop in here because you invited me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, sure.
Or did you fall into that?
And then Shadow left. Shadow's like, I'm out. So,
yeah. And
Oh,
I
good.
ran Dillard off.
well,
Yeah. Well, okay.
Dillard's a busy man. So,
Carrie says, I can't believe I'm up at midnight listening to which jeans are more roomy for men.
well, believe it.
Believe it or else. Yeah.
I mean, we need support too. It's women they can't be the only ones with support. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm gonna head off of here because I've put in too many hours for you, Rex. I'm clocking out right now.
Okay. Well, good luck with those taxes. I know that's gonna be fun.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. No, it's gonna be super easy. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the best part is I can show a loss for all of the comic stuff, so I don't have to worry about them coming after me and saying, "Hey, you got to pay taxes on this." It's like,
Right.
yeah,
And
right.
and it's like my eBay stuff. They allowed you actually to treat it as a hobby up to
Mhm.
20,000. Now, when Biden come in, they cut that down to $9,000. I can do $9,000 on eBay in my sleep, folks. But
Really.
yeah, really. One
He's-
year I made over 20,000 on eBay.
It's not bragging if you can do it, folks. All right. Well, I'm outie. Y'all have a good night. I hope your show is awesome.
Put some
I hope-
pigs in the blanket in the oven, so or croissants or something that
Oh
wafts,
my god. Yeah. Okay.
So when
Sounds
you
good.
start doing this and you start getting a migraine from sitting and go have
Nice.
some fun with the croissants and then come back with the greasy, because they'll know
Okay,
you're
all
a
right.
working man. You'll have oil on the
Yep.
document.
That's it. 100%.
All right, bro.
Even though it's all electric
Hey,
or
fist
electronic.
bump, all
I mean.
right? Fist bump.
Yeah, you can't really see my fist.
Wonder
but
Twin
yeah.
powers activate in form of an icicle.
All right. Y'all be
See you, bro.
easy.
Don't let it
See you, man.
rust.
No, man. All right, bye.
Chrome dog, rust. Get it? Okay. Anyway, we've been going an hour and a half. Sorry for you that came in early. I wasn't here. I was over on Jason Bascom. You should absolutely. I got an extra 20 minutes out of him, or 20. We went about an hour and 20 minutes. It's usually about an hour over there, but he was asking some pretty good questions, and definitely what got me into comics and stuff like that. It's like, oh, let me tell you, exciting stuff. I love to talk comics. Most of it wasn't featured on Devil Flyer, but the last 15 minutes were. Well, actually, then you got to add 20 onto that, so that's 35 minutes. So we got about 35 minutes talking about the campaign. But absolutely, I'm gonna go. I already let Abby out. She's just chillaxing here. My grandmother actually crocheted, Carrie, because I know you crochet. She actually, and I'll have to clean these. And right now, I can't wash them and clean them because this, maybe not this week, but the coming week, I'm going to have to do something here pretty soon. Well, actually, not. In a couple weeks, I'll have the guy come repair my dryer, and that's been a month or two ago. So, what have I been doing with my laundry? You should smell this. Woo! No. Hope you enjoy. Will earn rest. Yeah, well earn rest. Hope your mom is okay. She is. I'm going to call her. Thanks for the reminder. I'm going to call her because it is the 10th anniversary of losing my dad. And the last thing I did was feed him angel food cake. He had just come back from a little workout, little rehab, and they brought him back and he was out of breath and kind of perspiring a little bit and stuff. And they brought him his meal like you want to eat a meal. I guess he was on his heart congestion. I don't know at that point. And he did have that. And he'd been through the ringer. He come back from death, actually, like 3 weeks earlier. And but a greater guy you could not want to meet. Wonderful guy. I wish you could all meet him. I really do. Wonder Trends would be no good against the Human Torch. Yeah, like, ow! Let the man go, Rex. Got to squeeze the last thing out of him. He'll make up for it. He's good on his time management. The Rex quotient has been fulfilled, whatever that means. Thanks for coming in, Timothy, by the way. Hope you enjoy well-earned rest. Hope your mom is okay. Your dad is smiling down from heaven at you. God bless. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he is. It's not my place to put him in heaven or hell. But if my dad's not in heaven, there ain't nobody in heaven. Because, like I said, on an earlier stream, he really was the salt of the earth. That's why I'm scratching my head at, if you didn't like my dad, it was your problem. Your own personal hangups. It really was. Because if you couldn't like my dad, you were just looking for a reason not to like him. And that's your problem, not his. He still would have accepted you like you are. Like I said, he didn't have a push me into a corner, I'll bite your head off mode. He just wasn't that way. He was a good Christian man. And he tried to be that good Christian man. And he was always, when I was out on my own, he was like, "Are you going to church?" I mean, was he a Bible thumper? No. He delivered tires for 20 years, straight out of high school. He, 1973, started farming, which was a switch. What, you're going to be a farmer? Really? He wanted me to be a farmer like my brother. It's made a good living for my brother. I always wanted to do comics. And my brother even found a comic in an old abandoned house down there. That's one of only 2 comics my brother has ever given me. He did buy me one time. Val Merrick, I'll never forget it. And by that time, I think I had seen some Val Merrick art. I wasn't really paying attention to artists. I just looked and see, and picked out what I liked. I think all young kids do that. Well, I'm sure your dad was a good person. Well, I'm pretty certain he is chilling with Jesus. Yeah, if he's not, nobody is. Because like I said, and mom too, she was like, she can produce you a picture of like when she's like 19 or younger teaching Bible school, they they wanted kids, they wanted a family, they wanted to love each other, and they did. And I know my mother misses my father to this day. She's one of those ladies. Anybody that meets her says, "Your mom's a lady." You know, she knows how to purport herself without being too stuffy. And thank you, Derek, for liking this broadcast over on Twitter. Appreciate you. Derek's an awesome artist too, I believe. But she would never remarry, never even consider remarrying. You know, they were married 62 years, and even to this day, she marks her anniversary. We would have been married this amount of years. You know, it'll be a great loss when I lose my mother. You know, I think about these things. You know, life is more important than the internet and buying comics and, you know, yeah, my mom's alive. She's 88 years old, right across the street here in a home assisted facility. And it's a nice one. It's not just a nursing home. It's really nice. They got a little kitchenette, you know, a bedroom and, you know, and a bathroom. And that's about all she needs at this point. Still gets around. And her mother died at like 95, 96, something like that. Her sister died at like 95. So I might have my mother for another 10 years. Who knows? 88. Wow, that's a milestone. Yeah. I think she turned 88 on her last birthday, which is in August. She's very proud and said yesterday that I'm sure Dad's looking down from heaven and he's very proud of what you've done. And I know she doesn't understand it and it blows her mind. You know, when I called her and told her, yeah, in an hour's time, we did $800 and something. She just, you know, can't comprehend. When I call her tonight or go over there and tell her where we're at now, almost 60% there, it's going to blow her mind. But I've shown her you know, some of the story artwork, and she was very proud of the ash can and with, you know, telling everybody. And I will produce a jigsaw puzzle because she works jigsaw puzzles over there. They have bingo over there. They have a workout room, whatever, you know. Hey, DVB, happy Sunday to you, sir. My folks are almost 80 living with me. Oh, cool. They must be proud of your painting ability and stuff. And my birth mother that I found out about last year, she's still alive. So I could still meet her. And my adopted mother knows about her and my sister. And, you know, my sister sent her a picture of my daughter with her family, her husband and newborn baby, for Christmas. So I'm sure as she thinks on it that she's probably like, yeah, after I'm gone, Rex will still have that side of his family. And she's probably happy that I found my sister and found, you know, my birth mother and all that, that side of the family. She's probably genuinely happy after the initial shock wore off. You know, I told her I have a sister and she goes, a sister, you know. Yeah, I might just sit around and bitch. Okay. Many blessings you have, Rex. Yeah, I mean, I've been blessed, you know. I have been blessed. I mean, I was taken out of a bad situation, a mother that only raised one out of the three kids, my younger sister. And it would have been, I was definitely orphaned and taken out of that situation and placed where I'm at today and had opportunities that I would not have had I wouldn't have been doing this. God's got a purpose for us, you know, and I see that. He's provided me for this month to get me to this point. He provided and put Justin in my life. I'm haven't told him this, but you know, to absolutely work on this campaign with me, I couldn't have done it without him, because I just simply don't have the technical skill. I don't think it would have been near as slick looking, and I know it wouldn't have been. And who knows if I'd even been able to get it up, you know. But yeah, somebody clipped that. Uh, but I'm very grateful for the people in the last couple of years, especially like Carrie and Crooked Painter and everybody that's in here and has been in here and has been part of this, you know, ride with me, um, showing my collectibles and talking about comics and yucking it up and uh, you know, all of you are placed, I believe, in my life for a purpose, and it means more to me than just selling comics. I listen. I know a lot of people say I don't. I take to heart what's being said, um, and it's influenced me. Just like Crooked Painter says, "Well, I like a drawing exterior." Okay, we can do that. Amanda B said, "I like magnets." Okay, we can do that. We did that on the last campaign for her. Uh, so it's not just about producing stuff for myself per se, although because it's just stuff to me. People are what's important. I've lost everything. I got squirrels in my attic now. They chew on the wiring. All this that you see could be gone. It's just stuff. But where there's life, there's hope. And that's what's really important to me. Not if I get funded, because it's going to get made regardless. It's going to be easier with the funds, but that's not what's important to me. What's important to me is the people that tune in, I don't care if it's 2 minutes, to listen to maybe what I have to say, or someone else who's visiting or on panel with me, or just simply like when I'm here doing it alone, when Shadowhawk's at work or uh, sleeping, or, you know, uh, can't praise him enough. But, you know, when it's just me and you in the chat, and that's what this channel started out with over 2 years ago. And sometimes not even the chat's here. Yeah, they might have to catch it on rewatch, because I do stream all the time. You know, uh, there's been streams and it's very lonely when you're not here, but I do it regardless, because I know you do the work regardless. This is my job. When I'm not working, you know, my day job, this is my job. And right now I'm not working my day job because I have a seasonal job, and that gives me more time to do this. And you funding my comic helps get me through to the period to where I will be earning money and working nightly. And you know, with that money that I earn off my job this year, I will be shipping stuff out, fulfilling, and paying artists. This money here that's going on this campaign, it's going to be to pay artists to complete this project, and just like we stated in the campaign, and for the next project, to get that in your hands as quickly as possible. If you want it, I'll produce it, and I'll get great artists like John Dillard and Doc and so many others, you know, and Jimmy Reyes. You know, who's Jimmy Reyes name? I hope I really didn't offend. It's hard to offend Dillard. I think he just did that and he was busy. Comedy effect. But Dillard, if I did, publicly apologize if I, you know, hit you in the nutsack too much. Hope they're proud. My art pays the bills. Darn freeloaders. Yeah. Yeah, I like to paint, and I haven't forgotten, Carrie. I will. Just let me clean this room up a little bit, and we've been busy with the campaign. I will, and I have shown my paintings I know Vic King was on at the time because I was showing him and we were having a little art debate, what was art and what was not. And I was like, well, you wouldn't like this. And, and I was showing some of these paintings that are all around the house that I know you just see this back here, but there's literally, you go in my hallway, there's paintings, and a lot of them are Elsie stuff. I've got a lot of Elsie stuff, but a lot of them are my stuff that I paint. I've got a couple up there you'd probably find comedic. They're kind of like two Gumby like paintings. You remember Gumby? I should do like a pokey horse type thing. Some of it is like there. I've got a painting done with which is inked and with what did I use for that? Oh, colored pencils and stuff. So it's not really a painting, but it's done on canvas. And it's got Bog, Zob, Cortex, Gin, and Two-Tone on it. And around the corner, I've got another painting that I did. There's a couple Madonna and Childs I did. Those were the last in that abstract there. And I've got one of kind of like a thing like painting there, but there's other paintings too around that. Elsie's got one over there. He's got one there where he made some characters that, and he does this stuff, and then he like says you can use these characters if you want. And here's a couple character type stuff. But now I've got abstracts, if you will, or whatever. I have other stuff. I did a burning bush series. What would the burning bush look like? Because it's kind of transient, right? Fire. You look at the flame and it's there 1 nanosecond. It's changed the next. It's always in flux. So how do you capture a burning bush? And so for years, a couple of years, I know I did a burning bush series in different ways. And those were, that was, it's kind of series. And then I guess there's been some kind of like Rembrandt. There's been some self-portraits. Elsie's got one or two self-portrait of me. One when I was fasting and I did a drawing and I looked skinny there. I got down to 175 pounds. People were going, eat, Rex, eat. They were afraid I was going to be bulimic. I did a 40-day fast. Let me tell you, I've never been closer to God during that time. When your physical body's giving out and it's on its last legs, which I'm not saying mine was at that point, but after 30 days, your body does start eating that fat and feeding off itself and things. But when you do a long protracted fast like that, and you really are focused on God, you'll get closer to God. You'll hear from him. You'll feel the armor of God on you. If you're a Christian, you will absolutely feel God. Bill Bright, who wrote a book on fasting, who was a preacher as well, had a ministry. He said that you Christians, believers, will never reach a certain plateau without doing a 40-day fast. I believe that. I know the answer to that very carefully. You will pray, dear God, I am so hungry. No, after the 3rd day or so, your hunger pains go away. I had all kinds of energy. I'd go to work and I'd work 6 hours without stopping. I mean, because I worked in a food pantry. I worked at a mission at that time. I worked in a food pantry. The only thing that could stop me is my blood sugar would get low and I'd have to stop and get, but you got all tons of energy on a fast. Because you got all the toxins, your body's not working on digestion. You got all kinds of energy. You think I stay up now? Do a fast. I kid you not, man. You'll be like on not rewind, but super speed, speeding. All kinds of energy. And I think I stopped there. I probably shouldn't have. I've done minor fast from time to time. It's good to clean the toxins out of your body and stuff. from time to time. We all have them from processed foods and other stuff, impurities. Um, I love buying eBay art. Yeah, I've actually got a canvas there that I bought on eBay, and it's a just done by a kid, not a professional artist, just a kid, and a Doctor Who fan of a TARDIS. I'll have to get that out and show that too. Um, buy what you like, and you can never go wrong. When you ask me about collecting, what do you like to collect? It matters not. What do you like to collect? Buy what you like. And I hope you like Devil Flyer. And if you don't like this issue, give this next issue a chance. It's only going to get better and better. And by that, artists come and go, but I mean, it's really the storytelling. But yeah, you need a good artist so that they can convey your vision as closely, and I can't even convey or articulate everything that I'm thinking, because some things are inexplicable. They just are, and once you define it, you kind of destroy it, if you know what I mean. Then it's locked in. Some things should be mere suggestion, should be done off panel. I think it's more horrific that way, or can be, or more, whatever you're going for. You mean you eat nothing for 40 days? Yeah, I didn't go on just a water fast. I did take grape juice with some barley green. And that's pretty much all I had for 40 days. You got to wean yourself off caffeine or you'll get headaches. There was a guy I knew, he said, I did a 15-day fast one time. I drank nothing but coffee. That's a diuretic. My first fast was apple juice. Don't do apple juice, folks. It'll give you diarrhea. I did a 5-day fast. Woo! You don't want to do that. I took vacation time, did that, but I heard from God or an angel. I will say that. Hey, hello. That is one heck of a sacrifice. Well, I mean, we do overeat. I'm gonna have to check YouTube here real quick, the channel, and make sure you've got a wrench. Oh, I sound country. Don't I sound country? You do not have a wrench. So here you are. You're a moderator. How about that, Diana? Thank you for coming in here. Fasting can be good for a lot of reasons. Absolutely. I'm not strong enough to do that. Well, you don't know till you try. I had to build up to it. I did my first fast. I took vacation time off, focused on God, fasted. It was hard. For one, they recommended apple juice. That will give you diarrhea, folks. It's not good. I said, this is so hard. And I was down on my knees praying, and I heard this voice say, "In your fast." No one was else in the room with me. Single man living alone in my apartment at that time. Prayed about it, had a peace about it, so it went on. My next fast was 11 days. Trying to work up to and this was like over a year or 2 years time, whatever. And then my next was 26 and a half days. I had about this much left, quite a bit, in one of those larger, containers of Gatorade. And I got to like Germantown, sort of coming into Memphis. And I said, I'm going to drink the rest of this. When you haven't eaten or drank that much, you always drink something. And I was probably doing I was doing Gatorade and probably some grape juice and barley green. When you do that, you shrink inside your bowels and your stomach, your capacity to hold. And I chugged that and it tied my bowels up. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital because there was pain for about 10 minutes. I got out in Germantown, Memphis, and was walking in the rain because it was raining, saying, "Oh God, help me." Got on the side of the road with everybody zooming past and just walked it off. And eventually, it eased up and I was okay. Got it back in the car and drove back home. I had just came from Elsie's, my friend's house. And, but you don't even take liquids at a high volume real quick at that point. You have to watch what you do. Once you come off a fast, you don't eat heavy meal. You eat like soft stuff like broth or mashed potatoes or something that's easily digestible. And then ease into the solid foods and stuff, and then my next one after 26 and a half days was 40 days. I was praying for this salvation of this woman that was married to this man that went to my church. And she said, "I will never grace the doorway of this church. I will never come in this church." She did. She came in during that. She came in 2 or 3 times, twice. I think the pastor got a message from God, said, if she comes in here 3 times, she'll get saved. She came in twice. But the next church she comes in might be a 3rd time. I don't know. I hope and I haven't heard. I don't know. But I know prayer moves things. One time I was praying, God, I've got to have my daughter's address. I don't know where she's at. I knew my other daughter, who I hadn't talked to in years, was going to the college here in town where I went to college at. And I said, God, bring her in my place of work. I worked at a Christian bookstore at that time. I said, bring her in and have her put in my hand, written on paper, the address to where I can find my daughter. I needed it for legal purposes to go to court. I had to have her address, or at least and you know what? That's exactly what happened. When you spray like if you've had chemotherapy and you've lost your hair, pray for your hair to come back, but be specific with your prayers. I've heard people who have prayed for that. They said, well, what God says, well, what kind of hair you want? Absolutely. Be very specific with your prayers. Be very down detailed. He'll let you know. God should be the number one person we go to, but often he's the last person we go to when we have problems. Talk to God. He's very easily, he listens. I like to think when I pray or say, God help me or something, or Jesus, when I'm scared or something, he hears me. He's omniscient. He's omnipresent. He can do anything. But I like to think when I'm talking to him, he goes, ooh, Rex is on the radio. Let me dial it in and listen a little closer. He loves it. When's the last time you talked to God or even thought about it? The very definition of worship in Hebrew is to curl up, kind of like that shepherd with the lamb, holding the lamb, to curl up in the arms of your Father and to stroke his face. That's the very definition of worship from the original Hebrew text, is to crawl up into someone's arms and stroke their face. And that's what a little kid does when, hey, daddy, or whatever, that tactile, intimate touching. That is the definition of worship. It's not going to church, raising your hands or not, or reading a hymnal. It's having a private conversation with you of something. See, you're not here. Diana is not here in the room with me. Timothy's not here. Crooked Painter, Smoking Wraith, you're not physically here. How do I know you're real? Well, how do I know air is real? Just because I can't see it doesn't mean it's not real. Just because I haven't done it doesn't mean that there's not consequences to my actions. If I stood out in the middle of the road and a big truck hits me, there are going to be consequences. Have I ever done that? Have I ever tested that theory? No, but others have. And I believe the stories. So, you know, I don't have to see. Like he told Thomas. Thomas, the apostle, said, well, let me see him. Seeing's believing. And Jesus said, look, man, I could stand here and raise the dead in front of you, and some of you will not believe. Now that's wild. Well, Rex, have you ever seen anybody risen from the dead? But no, but I've talked to people who have claimed that they were risen from the dead, that they died and was brought back. My pastor and my pastor's wife at one time, he died as a child and came back and shouldn't have come back. And she was in a skiing accident, broke her neck and was brought back, died for a time and came back. You could say, well, she was in the snow, kept her brain activity, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I know she went through multiple surgeries and stuff, and she's walking around. They told her she would never have a child, and she did. And they were saying he's brain dead. He doesn't have a brain. He's being born without a brain. All I can say is he's alive and well and got children of his own. That was all false. The doctors were saying this baby's not going to make it. You might as well abort it now. She said, no, I'm not going to do that. He was born a healthy baby boy. Even the doctors can be fooled, folks. It's a sickening feeling when you've had a baby aborted and they're your own flesh and blood. It's not to be taken lightly. I have children in heaven that were that were miscarriages and stuff. And I know where I'm going. And I have a peace about my life. And I don't usually talk about these things. Maybe I'm feeling a little nostalgic or morose or whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's because I'm the only one on the channel right now. But I wish I had just an inkling of the love that my dad had in his heart for everyone. Because I'm, I can't even conceive of the love that my father had for me. I wasn't his flesh and blood, but my mother and father wanted children so bad that they chose me and my brother. And my brother's not even biologically related to me. And I have a sister. And I prayed about that. It doesn't matter how old you are or what situation you're in. If you pray to God, he will listen. And if you believe that, you will get a response. It may not come in a way your rational mind may say, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of in this zone. I'm not paying attention to the chat and addressing everything directly. So forgive me for that. But it means something to me that you've backed my book, that you support this channel, and you come in here and listen to me a little bit, even if it's to poke fun at me. But I just wish hopefully I can honor my dad by being more like my dad was, because He never met anyone. It didn't matter if you were yellow, black, or white. And like I said, when I joke around, making no excuses, and I probably shouldn't have said what I said to Dillard. I hope he's not hurt. I think he's thicker skinned than that. But if I ever thought that I ever had offended anybody, it would mess with me. It would absolutely break my heart. And I just noticed the word love there from Diana. Love is the greatest thing. If we don't have love, we don't have anything. And usually that's relegated to our family members around us. And as many of you know, I lost most of my family year before last, my adopted family. But then God restored that. And finally, always on time, maybe not when you want it, but always on time, He answers prayer. And so now I have a sister that I can talk to on the phone. My biological mother's still alive. I might meet her one day, maybe not. I'm at peace with all that. I know who my mother is, my real mother is, and she's still living. She's right across here the street. So if I never meet my biological mother, that's fine. But I think maybe one day it'll happen. And I hope, and I just want her to know that I love her, that I harbor no ill will. And really, she did the right thing. She didn't abort me. She placed me in the most loving situation you could have on the planet to a couple that couldn't have children and they wanted children. And they treated us. You ask my mother, I'm her son. It doesn't matter that she didn't birth me. She loves my brother and me. And I have adopted children, and I'm proud of that I reciprocated and adopted a couple of my own. I mucked it up. I absolutely mucked it up with my own children. But I have always loved them, whether they believe me or not. And God has, the only reason I know about my sister and my biological family is because of my daughter's DNA test. She was wanting to find more out. And my own daughter was under the disillusionment that I didn't care about her. But now we've been reconciled. Only God can do that. And again, it's on His timing, not ours. So we'll just have a little faith and we'll have a little patience. God will do what we cannot. If you think you have any control in this world, any control whatsoever of anything, your health, your mind, your heart, you don't. It's all in God's hands. So why not give it to Him and ask Him for forgiveness? And please, and I'm not perfect, but I want to be better. And thank you for dying for me so that I might live and have a life more abundantly. You want to know what true wealth is? It's not what the money you make on a campaign or don't make. It's the friends you meet along the way and the love that you encounter. I love you guys. And thanks for coming in.